problem we're facing with gas prices has two roots. First, the pandemic. When COVID struck, demand for oil plummeted, so production slowed down worldwide. Because of the strength and the speed of our recovery, demand for oil shot back up much faster than the supply. That's why the cost of gas began to rise last year. The second root is Vladimir Putin. The start of this year, gas was about $3.30 a gallon. Today, it's about averaging $4.20, $4.22. It's higher in many states. Nearly $1 more in less than 3 months. And the reason for that is because of Putin's war.
Wow, what a lie that is. This guy is quite a liar. Let's go take a look at the real facts. If you go and you look at the timeline, when Trump was moving out of the office, gasoline dropped. That's right. Under Trump, gasoline was going down because of everything he was doing, all his programs. So the day he left was $2.38. The inauguration day I'm talking about. Biden, that same inauguration day, as soon as he got sworn in, gasoline went up 5%. Had nothing to do with Putin. In fact, COVID, that was a lie. He just told us it was COVID. No, under COVID, gasoline was going down, not up. When he came into office on January 20th, 2021, we went from 230 up to 250. No Putin, just COVID. COVID was down. The minute he was inaugurated, gasoline went up 5%. Then gasoline went up again, another 20% on September 2021. Then it increased to $4.50, about 50%. Over a year's time, in the last year, it's been over 112%. What's that got to do with Putin? What's that got to do with COVID? Nothing. Now, if you go look at the timeline, you have, after that inauguration day, remember what he did. He shut down Keystone. And by the way, when he shut down Keystone, remember why he was doing that. Remember, oil was coming across from Canada, and we were paying 50% too much for it. It kept going up. Over 10 years, 50%, so they decided, let's build the XL pipeline. Well, that was killed because of Buffett, Burlington, Northern Santa Fe. That's right. He makes $2.8 billion a year bringing that oil over from Canada on rail. Well, of course, Obama's not going to do what's right for the people. Biden's not going to do what's right for the people. In fact, Republicans and Democrats don't do what's right for the people. Every decision they make is about what's best for the party, what's best for me. Boy, last night when I heard that they were going to start opening up the emergency strategic oil reserve, and I heard it was going to start today and go right to September. I hear September. What's so special about September? Oh, I get it. That's right. We got the midterms. So think about what this guy's doing. He doesn't care that oil sitting there. First of all, I looked it up. There is no emergency. They have all the emergencies when you're supposed to use that oil. Hurricane, you name it. I didn't see anything in there that said emergency if you're a president and you're a dope and your vice president's a dope and your party's stupid and they made terrible mistakes by deciding to go with green because of a stupid little girl by the name of AOC, this green energy. You want the socialist program. And because of that socialist program and the fact that you keep printing money under QE, that kills the dollar. And that's going to take it because of the dollar getting killed, the high inflation, 40 years, high inflation there's a little place here that says, well, you can use the emergency reserve, and what you can do is from the day you're in trouble up to the night of the midterm election, those months, 6-7 months, you can try to save yourself at the expense of the American people, where you're taking oil out that was in there for $30, replace with oil for $100, and screw the American people. So yeah, go ahead. It's covered. I didn't see anywhere where it's covered where if you've blown it, you're sitting there and you're. I mean, like 2 years, you destroyed the country. You destroyed the country. Prices of used cars up 98%, gasoline 112%, homes up 77%. Right now, housing, mortgage rates are going through the roof. They're even going to go higher. Wait till he starts selling those 10-year Treasury yields, Powell. But I didn't see anywhere in there that says a failed president and a failed vice president and a failed party, Democrats, can open up the strategic line, put oil out there, 1 million every day, not going to mean much, so you can pretend you're doing something for the people. When you're screwing the people, because it's they who pay for the oil. And Trump bought the oil for the people for $80. Now you got to replace it for 100, 75. If you replace it for 50, if oil goes down to $50, that's great. What kind of deal is that? He's taking care of himself and his party. That's what makes me sick about these politicians. Just like Wall Street. Nobody cares about you on Wall Street. It's all about the 1 percentile. It's all about the owners. So think about that. So January 20th, the inauguration day, he shuts down Keystone. The next day, on January 23, he approves Nord Stream 2 pipeline for Russia. Well, of course, his son's making money off of Russia. Just got $3 million. January 27, 2021. He halts new oil and gas leases. That's January 27, 2021. He halts all new oil and gas leases. June 2020 to 2021, gasoline prices increased 86 cents again. This guy's nuts. November 28th is the only time that Ukraine, it was November 2021. November 28, 2021 is when there was a report of 92,000 Russian troops on its border. Wait a minute. That's in 2021. He said he's blaming COVID. No, you can't blame COVID because oil was less when President Trump was in office during that COVID. It started with you. And then you said it was Putin. No. You were inaugurated in January 2021. The first time they saw Ukraine, 92,000 Russian troops on its border, was November 28th, 2021. You liar. Think about it. What's that, 9 months? 9 months after his inauguration day, that's when he figured out Russia was on the border. But oil was already going up. Gasoline prices were already going up. And then what happened? Once they were on the border, oil and gasoline prices started to move even more. But that's his fault. I'll talk more about that when I get back. This is unbelievable. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, what, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So I'm so sick of this lying that's going on. I want to get back to some business here. But again, think what he's doing. He's just looking in that camera and lying to us. He's blaming everything on COVID. And when COVID was in place, gasoline was down. Price of gasoline didn't go up until he was inaugurated. And then he said, oh, that's all Putin. No. Remember, it was 11 months after his inauguration, they discovered 92,000 troops, Russian troops, on Ukraine's border. 11 months after. Had nothing to do with him. And because of those Russian troops on the border, and because of his oil policies, where oil took straight off because of all the things he did, Anwar cut the lease there, couldn't drill there. I mean, you're talking about he stopped all the drilling in Wyoming and everywhere else. This guy, because he wanted this Green Deal, because he needed AOC and her communist socialist nincompoops. His whole being is this Green Deal. Green Deal. That's his whole being. I mean, he's so stupid. And he wants everybody to get an electric car. 1% of Americans have an electric car. That's not what we need right now. We need him to get us back to being oil independent. So the numbers again, 11 months after the inauguration, oil went up. Under him, November 2021, oil went from $66 a barrel. When those Russians showed up, oil went from $66 a barrel to 51%, up 51%. We had a 51% increase. If he did not change Trump's policies, and the big one he changed that really screwed us is the one he made with Germany, where he approved that they could use the German pipeline. I think it's called the Nord Stream 2. See, that's what really got oil prices going, because he's using Putin. The reason why he was doing that, here it is. He approved right here, January 23, 2021. He approved Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The reason he did that because he wants Putin to negotiate for him the deal he's doing with the crazies in Iran. He's the negotiate. You imagine? It's Putin who's negotiating a deal for the United States. Putin for Iran. That's why he approved the Nord Stream pipeline too. And then when that was January, then 11 months later he shows up on the border. I'm sure with permission. I'm sure he got permission either from Biden or his son. That's when oil shot up, $66.26 to $100, 51% increase. Gasoline shot up 48%. He's a bold-faced liar. Bold-faced liar. And we could be oil independent so quickly. All he would have to do is increase the 11 million barrels a day by 3 million a day. But what does he do? He now goes and he takes our oil reserve. He says, this will fix it. Take the oil reserve. Hey, listen, we bought oil for $30. What we're going to do is now take that oil out, 1 million a day, and it just happens to go right up to the midterm election. Imagine how stupid he thinks we are, that we're not going to catch on to that. That's like putting a Band-Aid on cancer. Band-Aid on cancer. Remember, he also shut down, remember, another 23 million acres of drilling. He shut down Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, Utah. And when he shut down Anwar, the drilling, that was an area of 20 million acres. He said, we're doing that for the green energy. We're doing that for green energy. We don't want the deer to get excited. Are you kidding me? The money, they could have sent the deer to the local Holiday Inn during the winter. Unbelievable. $10 billion in revenue he shut down. $10 billion. You know who's picking that $10 billion up? Russia. Russia is the amount of oil that we were pulling out of Anwar. Know who's covering that now? Russia's pulling it out. That's right. But AOC, know what she got out of the deal? When they shut down Anwar? $500 billion. $500 billion. He wrote a check for $500 billion for AOC's new Green Deal. This is all about the crazies in their new Green Deal. This is what's going on. Now wait, now you forget too, don't forget. What else is going on? He was printing QE money to keep interest rates down so he could do bailout packages. He was printing $6.5 trillion a day. That killed our dollar was getting killed. Our dollar was getting killed. It went down 68 cents. If you go back to the year 2000, right now, if you go 2000 to today, 2022, our dollar is 68 cents lower. And we figured out the numbers. What were the numbers there? Wages are only up. Let's see. My producer going to. We just figured them out. Wages have only gone up. I hear you. Wages since 2022 has gone up 38%. But the dollar is down 68%. So all this printing of the $6.5 trillion for the bailout packages, the CARES Act, the American Rescue Plan, the American Family Plan, the Infrastructure Plan. Oh, don't forget the $10 billion to subsidize all the rent and the mortgages. When they sent everybody home, nobody was working. We couldn't produce anything. And now when we couldn't produce anything that was on the shelf, everybody put the prices up on it. If you sold sneakers, Nike sneakers, you always had 200 pair. Now you only got 50 pair. Boom, they go to the roof. This is all on him. All on him. So now consumers are 34. Now it's 44% of consumers. That's up from 34. 44% of consumers are 90-day late with payments. It's unbelievable. When we get back, we're going to talk about what's going to happen to your stock market. Yep. And what are you going to have to do when you lose all this money in the market?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
But some companies have been pretty blunt. They don't want to increase supply because Putin's price hike means higher profits. This is the time, not the time to sit on record profits. It's time to step up for the good of your country, the good of the world, to invest in immediate production that we need to respond to Vladimir Putin.
And while the president is making a decision to release some strategic reserves to relieve some of the pressure on pricing, I think a lot of these fossil fuel and oil and gas companies also need to do their part. And we have to understand that sometimes it's about taking a smaller profit margin.
Unbelievable. That's AOC. She is the dullest light bulb in any chandelier. And here's the lie. This is what gets me. Listen to what she first says.
And while the president is making a decision to release some strategic reserves to relieve some of the pressure on pricing.
No, it wasn't to release pressure on pricing, because it's not going to release any pressure on any pricing. Doesn't do anything. It's to release his failed presidency. See how she lies? She's a liar too. Boy, and Wall Street, this is what gets me. Do you think Wall Street, we're so lucky to think that Wall Street's any different? You know, I don't talk a lot of politics, and maybe I should talk more politics, because Wall Street and Washington are one and the same. It never used to be that way. Never. Never. That's why every show used to be a pure financial talk show and a pure, political show. Or separate. No more. All that corruption that comes out of that smelly hole in that White House, all that corruption, that's what's costing money out of your pocket. We never use that. You don't use that emergency drawdown. You don't use the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is only be tapped when things are really bad. We've only had 3 emergencies. The first one was when you remember when Saudi Arabia got really upset in the 70s that everybody was back in Israel. They didn't like that, so they shut the oil off to us. I know, I was in the oil business then. Lines backed up everywhere. And that's when they started the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, right there. Then, it was 1974, I think it was. I'm trying to think when I was in the oil business, 74. And I think they put the act in 1975. And then the next time they used it was for when, remember, Iraq invaded Kuwait. They also did that one. Then I think the other one is right. Yeah, in 2005 we had the hurricanes, Rita, Katrina. We had those. I mean, this is what it's used for. She's saying it's being used to cut gasoline prices. You're not even going to see a drop. You're not going to see maybe a day or two. That's it. This is solely to be used for politics. You know, it really gets me. I don't care if it's Democrats. I don't care if it's Republicans. They don't care about us. It's always the party, the party, the party. It's them and the party. Every decision they make is about the party and themselves. We don't get there. We don't get there. There would be no decent president would ever draw down on that reserve and put us in such a... And they asked, well, when are you going to put the oil back in? You're going to put it back in $100 a barrel, 80, 50? Well, we're thinking about it. We're not quite sure. So you're going to draw down this. A big emergency comes. And now we got less in there. And we had a good deal going. We bought that oil. Trump bought the oil for $39 a barrel. Now they got to replace with, if they're going to replace it today, it's $100 a barrel. And by the way, don't follow this $100 a barrel. We're going to go to 125, 150. This war is not over. They keep painting the tape. Talk about painting the tape. Listen to this about the yield curve. This is another lie. This is what I'm telling you. Washington and Wall Street are one. They're all gangsters. But you can make money if you know what you're doing. See, that's one thing we do around here. 80%, 90% of our time is make sure our members do not lose money. That's what we really focus hard on. If you don't lose money, making money is a piece of cake. Ask anybody who's a millionaire. Millionaires, they lose it 3 times before they finally figure out how to keep the million the 3rd time. That's right. And you know the biggest problem in trading and you guys investing? You don't put stops in. Well, you got to have a real earth-shattering event, I guess, before you put a stop. And it happened to me. It was in the oil business. And I don't think you remember those days. Those days you didn't have cell phones, but you had a phone. You keep clicking it and clicking it to try to hit a tower. The very first phone you put in your car. And so I made a trade. I bought some silver. Made a trade. Boom, boom, boom. And I was up in about 4 minutes. I got a call back, and they said, Phil, you're up about $80,000. That's back then. They said, what do you want to do? I said, well, just hold on it. And I said, I'll make a decision on my way. This was on my way to work for my house. Now I'm going in. They're trying to get a hold of me frantically. But the tower, they couldn't hit the tower. Those stupid phones. Click, 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 click. So finally I get to the office. Hey! Let's see. I lost 80. Let's see. Was it 80? No, I lost $40,000. I was up $40,000. By the time I got to the office, I was down $80,000. If I put that stop in, I would have been fine. So I think you have to have an earth-shattering event that you finally hits you. You better put a stop in. It's the easiest thing in the world. If you know how to sell short a stock, which is so easy, we do it for you. You don't have to do it. If you sell the short, every day at 2 o'clock, we post our stocks, tell you exactly what to do with each one of them. If you follow our instructions in shorting, you're going to make a lot of money. The problem is with people who don't short, and they're always buying stocks, they get greedy, and then they get anxious, and they buy a stock when they're not supposed to. But if you short a stock, and all of a sudden you made $5,000, now the stock's going up, another stock's going up. You're going to be very, very careful. You're going to make a good judgment when to pull that trigger to buy it. Why? Because you're going to protect that $5,000. You're going to protect that $5,000 you made from shorting a stock. See, that's the psychology behind it. If you short today a stock, like we're up 25% in two builders. I sent out an email. I sent an alert out to my members. Was it last Wednesday? January 18th, I said, I'm telling you, these banks are going to get killed. The yield curve is shrinking. And the yield curve is shrinking. I am telling you, these new home builders are going to go down the tank. Because when you shrink the 2 and the 10 that are the same, banks don't lend anymore. But they'll lend at higher prices. That's why mortgage rates are going up. I said, these banks are going to stop lending because they're afraid of all the bad loans they have on their books. They don't want to put new loans on their books, and they're going to raise rates. I said, let's short these. We shorted the banks, and we shorted the builders 25%. But here's the thing. Every one of my gang members that made between 5 and 25%, depending when they got in, see, they're not going to pull the trigger quickly to buy a stock, because they want to protect that money. But if you never sell stocks short, if you don't make money when stocks go down, you only try to make money when stocks go up. Number one, you're looking at too many stocks. You never know when to get out. You can't manage them. And the next thing, if you have no pile there from the short where you made nice money, you got $5,000-$6,000 sitting there, you're so anxious to get in, and then you listen to these idiots on CNBC, the Fake Business Network, all those guys. I got to get in. Kramer. Oh, what did Kramer say? Oh, I see. That's right. He interviewed the guy from Pepsi. Oh, yeah. He interviews the guy from Joe Suckface Company. Really? Yeah. He says, good guy. I got to buy some of that. I got to get in. But if you had 2,000 or 5,000 from your short, you go, whoa, wait a minute. First, it's Kramer. He always loses. But you know what? I'm going to do a little research here because I don't want to give that money back. That's the beauty about shorting. Now, let's talk about the other line that's coming from, that's going to cost you a fortune. What you should do in the stock market. What should you be doing? When I get back from this break, we're going to talk about this yield curve. It crossed over. And how they're lying to you now, saying, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What are you, nuts? Join my gang free for 10 days. Go to philgang.com, click on where it says get started, and click on Work the Investor Group. Free, 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, I want to play this yield curve cut. It's very important. Yield curves mean everything. Everything. That's one of the biggest indicators if things are going to go south. And I've been telling you that for years and years. Ask my brokers. Ask my members. Yields, yields, yields. The other thing is volume, 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 and put stops and stops and stops. But let me play this. Let me explain how they're lying to you. Just like again, Washington lies to you. You think you're going to be so lucky that Wall Street's not going to, and you still follow them.
We had a pretty lousy first quarter. And
I'm sorry.
It has been a strong indicator as market indicator.
She's talking about the yield curve. Let me set this up. The yield curve as an indicator. It's just strong.
It has been a strong indicator as market indicators go. But we're also talking about a lag of, anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Now look at, so she's trying to play it down. Well, when you get the yield curve where the 2-year and the 10-year are coming closer together. Yeah, it signals, it's pretty good. It signals that you're running into trouble. But you're not going to get a recession maybe for 3 months to 3. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And that's when they come in and do this January 24th. Remember that I said the market was crashing. It was on its way down. February 24th. I thought this was it. It's going to be that fun. And they plunger team came in, stopped it from going down on the 24th, and they put what they call a floor in. A floor in. What that means is they convinced everybody to start buying stocks there. They couldn't move. They couldn't move the yields down. In other words, they couldn't print money to buy treasuries to move the yields down, to keep moving the tech stocks up, and to keep moving the housing stocks up. Because and they've been doing that since 2008. But the downside of that, every time you print money to buy treasuries, 10-year treasuries, to push the yield down, interest rates, you get that nice, good feeling. You get a cheap interest rate. Your big tech stocks love that. They go straight up. Your housing go up. But on the way up, because you printed all that money, that creates inflation, destroys the dollar. So what happens, all of a sudden, your yields start going back up again. So you start out with a 2%, right? Interest rate, that feels good. And then all of a sudden you're 2.5, then 0.3, then you're at 3, and they got it. And then all of a sudden the big tech stocks stop, the housing stocks stop, and then they go, let's do it again. We'll print another 100, another 100 trillion, another 50 trillion. So they've been printing $6.5 trillion a day to keep these yields down. As a result, I don't have to tell you, you know what you're paying for gasoline, you know what you're paying for used cars and food. That's the reason. Because from 2008 up to where we are today, who benefits? The very, very wealthy, because they are not on wages. They're asset people. They don't make wages. They make their money in assets, antiques, fine art, diamonds, other commodities, and stocks. And they control 80% of the stocks. They want inflation. So what you look at to make sure that you know, hey, I better stop investing, or better get ready to start taking profits, stops, or I better turn around and start getting ready to short. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take my profits right now, and I'm going to be very careful. Watch this yield, how close the 2 and the 10 get together. And that 2 and 10 gets closer and closer. It's a great warning. It tells you better stop. This thing's going to go down. This is going to collapse. And boy, did it. And then when it started to come down, February 24th, they jumped in there. Boom! They put a floor in, printed money, put a floor in there, and just told you all, buying a dip, buying a dip, buying a dip, buying a dip. Because, see, they can't push the yield down anymore. If they print any more money, if they went today to try to make new highs on all the stocks you're addicted to, on the big tech stocks you're addicted to, if they did that, to move tech stocks up again, gasoline would be at $7. Because what I told you from the problem from 2008, you got to keep on, it's never ending. Every time you push those yields down, you got that printing of money to push them down only lasts a little bit, and then it comes back up. So she's there telling you, it's no big deal. It could be 3 years. Wait a minute. That's like you going into a doctor. Doctor says to you, hey, we got a warning. You got cancer. We got to put you on a plan. We got to put you on a plan. He said, don't worry. You see what I'm getting at? So they're lying because they don't want you to fix it. They don't want you to pay attention to it. They want you to keep buying on a dip. That's how crooked this is. But we'll take care of all that for you. You don't have to worry about that with us. We focus on you not losing money. Listen, all week, we in life sometimes, this has been a terrible, terrible month for these people. For Wall Street, what a bunch of crooks. Sometimes you want to talk about something that's good in your life. I told you about, I've had a real bad arm problem and shoulder problem and leg problem, real pain. Sometimes I shouldn't even been on here, but I don't know how I got there, but I did it. So I just like to thank people who I recognize out there in my 76 years of life that deserve recognition. And I told you about Pinata, a nice little Taiwan girl who she does acupuncture. And gosh, she did it. First time she relieved this pain I always had in the back of the arm. I almost couldn't get on the air. It was so painful, so grateful. But then I also had a pain, this terrible pain in my right knee. Just excruciating. It was just debilitating. It was awful. So these fancy, you try to get to these doctors, right? And it's hard to get to a doctor. They won't see you for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4, whatever, right? And I'm dying. And Steve recommends to be his doctor. When you find somebody that does so well for you, he got me in right away. And Dr. Gupta, he's here in Sarasota. What a wonderful man. And I was so grateful. And I got to, they were there till 9 o'clock at night. They weren't going. They were there at 9 o'clock with me. I left there. My shoulder pain was gone. They took care. But here's what was wonderful about this doctor. Nobody does this. I was so relieved. And because, they're putting these big needles in you, right? Boom, boom. And I was scared to death of these needles. But I didn't feel pain. Didn't feel anything. It was like magic. I felt so good when I got him. He started telling me what he's going to prescribe me. And I'm not listening. Because I'm so excited, I'm not listening. So he gets the thing, calls it into the pharmacy. So I'm driving home. Do you know, he checked, I don't know how he did, but he checked what prescriptions I'm on. And he said, Phil, You see, I got to cancel that prescription because it doesn't work with the one I just ordered you. What doctor would do that? So notice, he wrote a couple of prescriptions for me. And because I wasn't listening, I was so excited. First of all, I'm coming off the stress. They got this 6-foot-long needle they're putting in my knee. Didn't hurt a bit. And I was taken back so much that he would call me. What doctor would do that? He would call me on my way home and say, Phil, by the way, I don't want you to pick up that prescription because the one I gave you, because you take this other stuff, it won't work and it could hurt you. Because I didn't pick it up. I didn't hear what he was telling me, what prescription. I was so excited. Can you imagine that? What a doctor. Gupta. I mean, he's in Sarasota. I know we're all over the country here, but boy, if you're in Sarasota, Tampa, even I don't care where you are in Florida, go to him. But his office, what a difference between that office and these other offices. You go to the other office, I want terrific doctors, terrific doctors. But they always hire these little girls. You got to sit. So I went into the office. I went to one. She said, "What's your pain?" I told her, "What's my shoulder?" I called and told you that. And so she sits there for 10 minutes, this little girl, and clicking, they're typing information. And she asked me the same question 10 times. She couldn't be any more than 19 years old. They got her out of Starbucks for $8 an hour. I couldn't believe it. So then I said, "Okay, what about my knee?" "Oh, no, that's a different doctor." "What? You can't check my shoulder or my knee?" "No, it's a different doctor." So now another little girl, she stays to here. This other little girl, she's probably maybe 18 and a half, and she gets maybe $8 an hour. She sits there, asks me the same questions. So what are you asking me the same questions for? Can't you give them from her to her? It's a computer, you idiot. So I'm so upset. So I finally I'm walking out. I couldn't even walk. I was so much pain. And this nice little lab technician came and said, "I'm going to fix this for you." And she did. But I just want to tell you, when you have a doctor that not only makes sure you took the right medication, and then the next day he calls me, Dr. Cooper calls me, asks how I'm doing. I go, "Well, how are you doing?" There's some wonderful people in this world. Believe me, there are. Be Rich Family Practice. Some wonderful people still in this room. See you on the chart. Join my gang.
You've been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to